Knockouts. Let's talk about basic recovery, move decay, directional influence, and teching off the wall, and spikes. Although dealing damage is important in Smash, remember the ultimate goal is to knock the opponent off the stage, and there's a lot of nuances you should know about getting KOs. The first and most basic thing is that if you get knocked off the stage, use your multiple jumps and then your up B attack to get back. This happens repeatedly every single game, so make sure to learn the properties of your character's up B attack really well. Move decay. Every time you do a move in Smash Bros. Brawl, it goes into a secret list, which I'll call a queue. The queue is 10 items long, and the more times a particular move appears in your queue, the weaker it is. That means the damage and the knockback of that move are lower. This is incredibly important to know and understand because it really affects how you should play the game. Look at how far this smash attack knocks the opponent when it has no decay. And now look how far it knocks the opponent when it's fully decayed. Big difference. So the more you do a particular move, the weaker that move will be. If you die, your Q is instantly cleared out, so you'll be back to full power then. And if you've used a move more than a few times and you want to power it back up, you have to do enough other moves, 10 other moves in fact, to get your original move out of the queue entirely. To get a move into the queue, it has to either hit an opponent or an object such as Wario's Spike, or a breakable stage object. If you hit the opponent's shield, or if you whiff the move completely, it won't go into the queue. The decay system means that if you have a move that gives a lot of knockback, that is a good killing move, you probably want to save it until the opponent's percentage is high enough that you know you can kill him with it. Try doing other moves designed to do damage first, and then do your kill move only when you think you can really kill with it. That way it'll be fully powered up and it won't have any decay. This is admittedly problematic for some characters like Fox, whose best killing move, his up smash, is also one of his best damaging moves. When you get hit by a powerful attack, you can actually survive a lot more often than you might think at first. There's two techniques that let you control how you fly through the air. I'll call them Smash DI and Regular DI, where DI stands for Directional Influence. Smash DI is something you can only do when you're stuck in place right when you get hit by something. Regular DI is something you can only do while you're flying through the air after you've got hit. Usually you only have a very, very short time to try for a Smash DI, but let's look at the effects of the Smart Bomb so we can see it more clearly. Here's an example where you get hit by the Smart Bomb and let go of the controller. And here's an example where we smash the control stick repeatedly to move around. See how big a difference it is? Remember, you have to quickly smash the stick, not just hold it to the side to get this to happen. Usually you won't have nearly this long to do a Smash DI because most moves don't hold you in place like this bomb does. Samus's fully charged shot holds you in place for 18 frames. That's 18/60th of a second. But some moves have a hit stun as short as 2 frames. So your ability to do a Smash DI really depends on how fast you are and what type of move you got hit by, but it can make a big difference. Look at the different effects of using a Smash DI in different directions against Zelda's attack. The other kind of DI is much easier to do. While you're flying through the air, just hold any direction on the control stick to affect your movement. You might have the instinct to hold directly away from the direction you're flying, but don't do that. It's best to hold perpendicular to the direction of your flight. Here's an example where first we do no directional influence at all. Then we do Smash DI right at the start. And this one only has regular DI but no Smash DI. And finally, we do a Smash DI at the beginning and regular DI afterwards to get the greatest effect. Teching. When you're flying towards a wall, ceiling, or floor, you can press the block button at the last moment to try to tech and recover off of it. Even if your damage percentage is ridiculously high, you can still tech to save yourself. Sometimes teching off the floor can save you from combos, like Falco's follow-up after his throw. Here's some trivia. If you tech off of a wall, you can jump, even if your character doesn't normally have a wall jump. And now I'll show you how powerful teching really is. Even though the victim here is at 999% damage, almost any attack will send him into a floor or ceiling, and he can tech to save himself if he has excellent timing. And finally, don't forget about directional influence. Here, Captain Falcon died, but he could have saved himself by steering into the wall and then teching to safety. Spikes. Spikes, also called meteor smashes, allow you to sneak in kills even when your opponent is at a fairly low damage percentage. A spike is an attack that sends the opponent flying down or diagonally down if you hit them just right with a certain part of it. If the opponent is off the edge of the stage trying to get back, you can spike him down into the pit, and it's very difficult for him to recover, and impossible if his damage percentage is high enough.